everyone, it's Adele here. Hope you're all well. So I've just returned from Spain. We've been in Spain for the last 2 weeks, and so we've come back now, and we have to quarantine for 2 weeks. So I'm stuck in the house again. It feels like we've gone backwards to when lockdown first begun, and the whole family were in the house together, which is what we're back to again now. But it's not a problem because I've got so much to work on and so many things to do. So I'm actually quite looking forward to it. But to get to Spain, we drove. So we always go on the when we drive. Most of the time, we'll go on the ferry from the south of the UK to the north of Spain, which is just a really nice experience, to be honest, because I just love it because I completely switch off. We all have a little switch off. There's no internet on there, and so it's just a complete excuse just to sort of immerse myself into personal development. So I always take plenty of books and listen to plenty of podcasts, and just listen to even like music that I don't do very often, really, just on my own. So yeah, so that was really good. So I took a few books with me. I took The 4-Hour Work Week, which is the physical book that I've recently bought. I also read from The Magic of Thinking Big, which is on my Kindle. And then I also listened to various podcasts, which I really got into. One from Lewis Howes, which I loved, and another podcast by John Williams, who is the author of Screw Work, Let's Play, and another book, Screw Work. I can't remember the title now. Oh goodness, it's all about giving up the 9 to 5. Anyway, I'll link to the books in the comments below. But yeah, so those are the 2 podcasts that I was listening to, and I really enjoyed them. But I just want to share what I picked up from the book, The Magic of Thinking Big, because I'm just finding it a really, really good book. And although I didn't pick it because it was on the topic of confidence, I'm finding that there's a lot in there about confidence. So it's really, I'm really finding it sort of, totally relatable, for my circumstances, and for sharing the things that I find, with you guys as well. So the chapter that I just read was all about 5 tips for confidence. And the first one was something that I've tried to do more recently anyway, which was sit at the front of the room. Now obviously we're not attending events at the moment, so which isn't something I've been doing for the past 6 months, but prior to that I was trying really hard to sit at the front of the room on the last few meetings that I'd attended, and I can honestly say it made a really big difference. I felt like I got so much more out of the meeting because I was right at the front and I felt really involved, whereas a lot of the time I would just sit at the back, and and I think people tend to fill up the room from the back. They'll fill the back rows first. There's not many people that will race to the front and grab as the seat as near to the front as they can. But that is a really, it's a good tip, because if you do sit at the front, it will really build your confidence as you find that you're more involved in what's going on. The second thing was to make eye contact, and I've talked about this before when I've talked about communication with people. So when you make eye contact with someone, you tell that person that you believe in what you're saying. You tell that person that you're not afraid and that you're confident. So again, it was another thing that was reinforced for me to read that. The third thing was to, quite an unusual one, but to walk 25% faster than you normally do. So people that walk faster than average speed tend to be super confident people. And I just find this really interesting, actually. So it was talking about people having a kind of even a sprint in their walk, and they're just that they mean business. They know where they're going. They've got something important to do, and somewhere important to go. And it just, it just really shouted out to me. Yeah, that's really interesting. I'm going to try that. Obviously, when I can go out walking again. But yeah, just put your shoulders back, hold your head up, and just walk that little bit faster, and just see what happens. The fourth thing was to practice speaking up. Now, this is where you will again grow your confidence. The more times you speak up, the more you get used to speaking up in meetings. And I think this is something that, I've kind of struggled with since lockdown, because we've had a lot of Zoom meetings. And I did find the Zooms quite daunting at first. And I wouldn't speak, I would just sit in the background. But I have, more recently tried to get involved and speak up, and it really is a lot easier once you do it. It's just one of those things that it just takes practice. But if you start to just practice saying a few words and then a few more and so on and so on, it will build your confidence. The fifth thing was just to have a big smile at all times. And again, this is something that, that I've always, shared with people. I think it's just so important. Even if you don't feel like smiling, force a smile, because it makes you feel better in the moment straight away. And it just has so many benefits. It helps you to feel more confident. It helps the person that you're with to feel better, and everybody wins. So so I just thought those 5 tips were just really, really good. Sit at the front of the room, make eye contact, walk 25% faster, practice speaking up, and number 5, just have a big smile at all times. So I learned a lot more things whilst I was on my travels. But I just thought I'd share those few for today, and then I'll share some more with you next week and over the next coming weeks. So it's really good to be back. And again, if you have any ideas for future videos, please let me know, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye.